to my channel, y'all, and this is your favorite Christian braider, y'all. Y'all, this is a new journey. This journey right here, God has been dealing with me about this, and y'all, here is the beginning of it, y'all. If you're watching this video, this channel is for God, goals, and business. Yes, y'all. So if y'all don't know me, I am monaemcfadden. I am a Christian life coach, braider of 10 years, and we're gonna get into all of this. But y'all, this is just the start of this channel. This is just gonna express and tell you that this channel is for you, because if you're looking to start a business, and if you're a Christian, and if you're just trying to find your purpose, and you're just trying to find what is this thing that God wants me to do, this is the channel for you, y'all. So, like I said, a little backstory on myself. I am monaemcfadden. I'm 24. I'll be 25 in a couple weeks. When I post this, I'll be 25 in probably like a week or whatever the case may be. I talk fast, y'all, so if y'all need to slow it down, just slow the speed down on the side or wherever it's going to be at. But yeah, I'm your favorite Christian braider. I've been braiding hair for 10 years now. 10 years, y'all, full time. And we're going to do a part 2 video on the story time of how I started. But in this video, I just want to tell y'all that you can have a business. You could be a successful business owner and still serve the Lord. Y'all, changed my life last year. Well, I was on this journey for like 2 years. I always had a great relationship with God, and we're going to go into that too. Actually, my faith came from just my business, actually. I lean towards like God for everything. I always had knew God no matter what aspect in my life. This page, just my personal page, you'll go back and you'll see that that was my old lifestyle. You'll see those videos, but I've got saved. I'm not in that lifestyle no more. None of the lifestyle that you see, I don't do a lot of those things no more. But I just pray that this YouTube channel will grow to encourage and uplift and influence, teach and preach and speak. But I also do have another YouTube called My Made Whole, the podcast, and it's a Christian faith-based podcast where we talk about all things. But on this specific channel, we're going to be talking about business, goals, and God, of course, and you cannot have one without the other. Now hear me when I say this, y'all. A lot of people look down on entrepreneurs, business owners that are Christian because they feel like we all prosperity, but no, it's not that. Jesus took well care of his people. He wants us to have a good life. He wants us to live a good life, regardless if it's in riches or just in his spirit. Hell on earth or in heaven, it's going to be done. So y'all, Jesus was a carpenter. Just in case y'all didn't know, y'all blood-washed Christians and religious people, Jesus was a carpenter. Now, I'm going to tell y'all where I get revelation from. God told me when I started changing my life and I started seeing that God want me to speak more, share my testimony, share my journey, just testify and minister to his people. But then he also told me, you cannot have, he also told me, here's my ministry. And he said, you cannot have, and he told me, here's my ministry for years. That's where my faith grew at, because every single time I go through things in life, I'm going to give y'all one example. Just a recent example. I was with this guy, and God did not want me with this guy. And I wanted to do it because I was just fresh out of my homosexuality lifestyle. I was with this guy, and rent was coming up. And y'all know I depend on my clients because he provides all my needs. I do hair full time, if y'all didn't hear me say that, or if I didn't say that. I've been doing hair full time for 10 years exactly. So this one particular week, I did not have the money to pay my rent. It's like I have it, I get it. I have the clients and they cancel because they sick. So much of stuff was happening. But in my mind, I was already getting conviction. And when normally that happens, especially when rent coming up, I have to sit back and ask God, what is you trying to tell me? What is I'm not paying attention to? But the only way he gets my attention, but what makes me know that God is saying something to me is when he stopped the flow of my money. Because he is the source of my resource. He is the source of my resource. My resource is doing hair. Like I said, I've been doing it for 10 years. I'm 24. So I started doing hair when I was 14 or 15. I don't want to make this video a story time. I just want to help you all to understand that Jesus was a carpenter. You can be an entrepreneur. And y'all, I was watching, and I don't know if y'all watched The Chosen before. And I know I'm all over the place. Like I said, I don't want this to be like a structured channel. I will be vlogging. So I will be revamping my shop. I'm going to go into details on another video, but this is the start of this journey in this channel. I will be revamping my shop, and I will take y'all with me on the painting, on just adding new furniture in it, new fixtures in it, and just building it up. So, I was watching The Chosen, and I was tuned out. I already started Chosen before, but I was tuned out, but I tuned back in. And on a specific episode, it was Jesus Loved the Little Children. And the children did not understand who Jesus was and why he was in that position he was in. They found him in the woods making carpentry work. And they was trying to say, like, is this your job? And Jesus was like, he said, I have a job that is bigger than my trade. And hear me when I say this, y'all. I felt the Holy Spirit just now. Hear me when I say this. Your job is bigger than your trade. And that's right there what confirmed, because he came to me because when I got saved, I started ministering and I started having like my platform and all that. And I put myself on a platform to minister and testify. Cool, that's what he want me to do. But he also told me, he yanked me up and he was like, you're trying to focus on one thing. Even when I had another business, y'all, I had What a Girl Needs. I had that business in 2019 and it was great. It wasn't the success that I wanted, but it was very successful. It was flowing. I was making revenue every month. And he said, you try to stay in one avenue when I gifted you with hair at 14. Y'all, the day, and I'm going to go in details like I said, but the day I started doing my clients, the very first day I posted I was taking a client, I got one client. I was in school then, so I used to come from school and do hair. I remember my very first client like it was yesterday on a story time video of how it started and all of that. I'm going to show very in-depth details and everything I did. But I posted that I had one client. From that day forward, my business never slowed down. From that day forward, and I used to say all the time, I never had a day off since I graduated because I worked majority of the year, every single day. Most people always, like hairstylists, they always be off on Mondays, Sundays. I try to be off on Sundays, but most of the time lately, I've been working on Sundays. So that right there just goes to show that you have to be anointed for the position. Hear me when I say this, that the trade that you do, whatever that you do, you've been doing it for so long with no effort, because I've been doing hair effortlessly for this long. And if I have a slow period, it's never a slow period to where I'm not being able to take care of myself. I have an apartment. This is my third apartment, really, but my second neighborhood. This is my third or fourth car. I bought off of hair money. I have business loans. I have different things that I'm taking care of. And this video is not to boast. This video is not to be prideful. But I just want y'all to understand that when you're anointed for something, no matter what it is, I don't care if you're doing hair, I don't care if you're working on cars, I don't care what the trade is, your job is bigger than that. And God yanked me up the other day and he was like, you keep trying to do this thing without hair. You keep trying to minister without hair. And then he keeps saying, you keep trying to do hair without ministry. And I done told you that you can't have hair without ministry. You can't have ministry without hair. It's all tied together. So I'm here, and I got the podcast. Like I said, I done started plenty of businesses, plenty of podcasts, plenty of different things, wrote books. I done did all of that. But it still didn't hit like how I feel to see my spirit. Because this is the one gift that this is the one talent and trait that God give me that I overlooked. Because even with my other business, hair came so effortlessly. I didn't put in the branding tools that I needed to put in. I didn't do as much as I needed to do because I was content with the clients that I had, because I was making money every single day and I thought that was success. But when I started taking it to the next level and putting the same energy that I put in with the other businesses and in ministry, with hair and tie ministry into it, I started seeing an overflow, a plethora of changes, of blessings, of increase. So I make good money. But I was so content because I'm like, God, it came to the point where I wasn't posting on social media. I'm just now starting to post on social media because I done got that content place. Because most of my clients come from word of mouth, and I was okay with that because I was still booked every single day. But I asked God to give me the opportunity to be able to scale my clients, to be able to choose what day I want to do this style, to be able to choose what I want to do this month the most of, to be able to choose like, okay, if I need this money by this day, I'm going to do this style. And I know for a fact I'm going to have clients on this day to come to get this style. I asked God to bless me with that. So in order for me to be able to do that thing, he said that I have to be able to put the same energy that I was putting into everything else into hair and still do ministry at the same time. And another reason why I say hair is ministry, because I literally, every client that I have, I'm antisocial. My spirit, I have social anxiety. I'm not antisocial. I have social anxiety. My mother, she sheltered me. I was in the house 24/7, couldn't do nothing. She was strict. So I didn't have no ways of communicating with other humans besides school. And then even in school, I felt like an outcast because I had way more wisdom. Not to talk down on none of my peers and colleagues. I love y'all to death. But I just felt like out of place because I had so much of wisdom. My mother is like, my parents is older. My oldest sibling is 40-something. So that just says a lot right now. And y'all, I'm talking fast because I'm trying to get all this done because I'm on a time frame. But I just want to make sure that I get this video out here, that I want y'all to know that your job is bigger than the trade. The trade is the drive. The trade is the vehicle to your destiny, to your greater purpose. And so when we talk about God covers us all because he wants us. He says in Jeremiah that I have plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you an abundant life. He said that I will give you life that is abundant. The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but I come to give you life and have it abundantly. Listen when I say this, y'all. When it comes to your goals, if you don't have God, your goals will be misaligned. Because the goals that you have, because I have personal goals, and people always say separate the two. I always separate it too. And when you separate it, God is still not in the mix. He will be a hand with you. He will partner with you. But when you don't have God as a center, and when you don't have God first, then goals, your goals will be misaligned. So what you think you want, what you think you want to do, what you think you like, 5 years later, you're going to lose the passion. And that's how it was with me. Because I did hair so much, because I was, and it kind of was like a slap in the face to God, because I really took hair as like a 9-to-5 job that my plans was to retire by 30. But because I got this newfound passion for hair and for the thing that I do, because I find it in God and I see it deeper, when I always knew that God provided me with hair as a resource, I see it in a different aspect now. And so now I can go deeper. I don't want to retire at 30 because I got so much more work to do in this industry to serve God. That's why I say, y'all, I'm my favorite Christian braider, because every person that sits in my chair, they always walk away and say they left with an experience and not just getting their hair done. I have people that literally will book an appointment just to talk to me because they know I'm busy. Every single one of my clients I love. Every single one of my clients, they were sent by God. Every single one of my clients literally was ordained to be in my chair. And that's why for that, I thank God every single day that I got this passion back, that I don't just see it as a 9-to-5 job, that I don't just see it as something that I want to retire from. No, I see this as, this is my gateway. This is my vehicle to my greater purpose, to my greater job. My greater job is to minister, to help the lost and found, to get them closer to God, to save their souls, to be a servant and a disciple and an ambassador for Christ. That's my greater job. But at the age of 14, if God never left me then, he's not going to leave me now. And if I do have a slow moment, if I do understand that my slow moments are never, how can I say it? My slow moments is still people's salary. So that's a great blessing right there. That's something to be able to shout for. Now, you have to have the financial literacy and wisdom to upkeep that, because I always had wisdom, but it's different levels of wisdom. So it's things I could have did differently that I wouldn't be in a position that I'm in now. Because don't get me wrong, don't think because I'm a business owner and I make a lot of money, we still don't have downfalls. Because we do. And I tell people all the time, you have to have financial literacy, you have to have financial wisdom, and you have to have some type of, discipline and management when it comes to your finances and being a business owner. That's where I lack that, because I did everything myself. And when you do everything yourself, you're not made to do everything yourself. You're going to fall short in one area, and I did that. So now I'm starting everything over the right way. That's why I'm revamping my shop, because I'm giving my clients the experience and the full environment that they need. I'm doing a lot more things. I'm rebranding, y'all. I'm going to show y'all how I'm going to rebrand my brand. I never advertise my brand. I got business cards, but I never pass them out because, like I said, most of my clients come from word of mouth. They work with somebody, they want their hair done. They see somebody in the store, they want their hair done. Most of the time, they come from people going to the grocery store or in the streets or somewhere like that. Or they heard of me and they looked me up and they see me. Or God literally led them to my Facebook page. I don't even have a booking site. And I'm still standing on I don't want a booking site. And in a later video, I will explain that too. So I want to tell y'all in this video, I want this to be a video, because we're going to go in depth in the other videos, and I'm going to take y'all on the journey with me. But I want y'all to know that Jesus was a carpenter. Don't never let nobody tell you that you cannot be a business owner and serve the Lord, that you cannot have too much money and it get to your head. Because I always had $1 million ideas, creativity, visions, goals. But until I got in a place where God had to prune me, had to put me through fire, had to be tried by fire, had to go through things. Y'all, before I got to this point in my business, I was doing hair every single day, but I wasn't seeing the money. I don't know where it was going. Just a couple weeks ago, I was down to my knees. I mean, lower than a rug. I was down to $6 to my name, y'all. And I was sick. And I couldn't make no money. Didn't have nothing in my savings, no nothing. And this is the truth. I'm all about honesty. I've always been very transparent with my life and everything in my life. People may say I'm doing too much, but at the end of the day, I'm a real human just like somebody else. And I have people that look up to me. I have people that is inspired by me. And I don't want to sell y'all a false dream like these other celebrities. Because at one point, I was down, and it may happen again. But the thing about it is, when you have a business, when you have a greater job than your trade, thank you, Holy Spirit. When you have a greater job than your trade, you trade the world, you trade prosperity for faith. So whenever you fall short with prosperity in the world, your faith will be right there to keep you and sustain you. And that's what happened to me. So he had to get me to a point where no matter how low I am, no matter how much I'm struggling, y'all, I was struggling eating noodles every day because I couldn't afford food because I had to pay this bill. That's how bad it was. I always had great opportunities. I always had great business ideas, and I always had money coming in. But because I wasn't ready to hit that $1 million mark, God didn't allow me to get there. Because if I was, I would have lost myself in the money. Without godly wisdom, you will lose yourself in the money. That's why you see these celebrities now, they get rich fast. And I used to be, when I had What a Girl Needs, I started my business with everybody else. I started their business around that time, like in 2020, 2019. That's when I started my business. And everybody was an entrepreneur. Everybody had hair products. Everybody was going on AliExpress and selling. And I'm not knocking y'all because I'm still doing that too. But they touch millions. And I'm like, God, we on the same path. We doing the same thing. I'm putting so much effort in this. Why I'm not there? It's because I wasn't there. God had something greater for me. Because I didn't have it then doesn't mean my future is not like that, y'all. I am a millionaire. And I say that with confidence. I am a millionaire. I'm going to be a millionaire. My business, people say I'm rich off of hair. That's cool and all. But I am highly favored and blessed by the trade that God gave me. By the gift and talent that God gave me. Because when I started doing hair, I did not know how I started doing hair, y'all. My family do hair, but I promise you I did not learn from nobody at all. It's just literally one day I snap up and wait, and I did my hair, and then I did somebody's hair, and it been history since then. People always ask me, how did you grow your clientele? I could never tell them how because it literally happened overnight. I always say God did it. But now it's 2024, and I'm here to tell you how God did it. If you is interested in learning how to find your purpose, find your goals, have a business, and still all be a full-blown Christian that serve the Lord and still disciple and allow God to use that thing, this is the channel for you. Make sure you share this channel, y'all. Subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell because I'm going to do another video soon. Tell y'all how I started and get into details. This is just like a little intro video. So y'all, if y'all didn't hear me, my name is monaemcfadden. I'm your favorite Christian braider. I'm 24, about to be 25. And I've been doing hair full-time for 10 years, and I'm a Christian life coach. Follow my handles down below. Keep up with me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. I don't really be on that stuff anyway, but keep up with me, y'all. And y'all have a blessed one. I pray that God blesses you. I pray that you see this, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I pray that you see this and God give you a awakening, a fresh revelation, something in your spirit that say, this is something that God has been tugging on my heart. And I feel called to do this because this is planting a seed for my greater purpose. So y'all have a good one. But I'm going to add something to the video. In the episode that I was talking about of The Chosen, the kids were saying, like, you know, how do you have a house to stay in? Or where do you stay? He said, I have a home, but I stay all over, basically. And he was saying that the kids were saying, like, how do you provide, like, how do you eat and stuff? Like, how do you make money to eat? He was like, my father provides everything I need from his trade. So while he going across ministering, God is taking care of him financially. And that's how it is with me and with everybody that have a kingdom business and that have something that God put in their face to be where their purpose is going to take them to, where it's going to lead them to their purpose. I don't have to worry about nothing, because despite if I'm not making enough money, despite if I got something lacking, despite anything, God provides every one of my needs, regardless of how it get done. It could be I have a bill paid, I have a bill need to be paid, but my money is short. God would either like make something happen so that person wouldn't say that I owe them, or they would give me an extended time to pay it, or he'll just wipe it clean and I'll go back and it's not there that I don't have to pay anymore. So when you are taking care about God, just know that it may test your faith sometimes, because doing hair do test my faith a lot. But that's where my faith came from. And if I have faith that I got, my bills is a lot of money. My bills is like, I'm gonna put that number out there. My bills is like probably like 4,000, 3,000, 4, something in that area. Three something close to 4. I got all those bills, and if I don't have no hair to do, I don't have no money to pay these bills, which means everything fall. Wouldn't have a car, wouldn't have a house, wouldn't have these things that I need to sustain me. So if God been taking care of me for 10 years and then 5 years out my mother's house, creating my own life for myself, what more that he's going to do when I was in the world than now when I'm in him, when I created a new creature. Y'all, this sun is hitting. This sun is hitting. I should have did a video in here. But y'all, yeah. If God can take care of the flowers, if he can take care of the birds, this is in Matthew. And if like, just how this world is calculated, God is making sure that every one of his children, every one of his creations is provided for. What more than he'll do for you? You know, take that leap of faith, start that kingdom business, whatever it is that God has on your heart, that he's saying, this is something that I need you to do for my kingdom, do it. Because if he called you to it, he's going to bring you through it every which way. Like I said, it may test your faith, but you already know that your Father is going to provide for you. Don't get so attached to these earthly things that the greater job behind it, that the greater purpose behind it is being taken away from his main goal for you. But yeah.